Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hiram. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hiram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. So, Dior Skin Care. The question we all have, is Dior Skin Care worth it? Well, actually, no. The question we all have is why my broke ass is even talking about Dior Skin Care. That's the real tea. When I think of Dior Skin Care, I think of like the J'adore commercials. You know, where there's like this gorgeous celebrity woman like walking across water like she's Jesus. And then like a gigantic bottle of the perfume like rises out of the ocean, the wind perfectly positioning her hair as she whispers, J'adore, into the camera. Damn, I should be like a marketing producer for them. 6 figures, let's go. But on the real, I am actually here to talk about Dior Skincare and if the skincare brand is worth it or not. If you are familiar with cosmetics at all, you will know that Dior is one of the top luxury brands out there. The Dior Air Flash is an obsession among like everyone. They're a really big brand, and part of the cosmetic brand is the skincare part. Now, Dior Skincare has been getting a lot of attention recently, especially since the previous creative director for Chanel moved over to Dior. It's been seeing a lot of changes, a lot of different adjustments, and a lot of people have been talking about it. And so I'm here to talk more about it. So let's get into it. Dior. So, Dior Skincare, let's talk a little bit about it. As most of you probably know, Dior is a very, very luxurious fashion brand. At least that's how it started out. It started out as a fashion brand, and it didn't move into the cosmetics industry until about 1960s. Now, talk to me about 2 years ago, and I legit had no idea what Dior was. I had no idea what luxury anything was, unless it was like Chanel. And I thought Chanel bags were like $200, because to me, that was a lot of money. Boy, have things changed. It's a little more expensive than that. I know so many people who are obsessed with Dior skincare, who love it, use it every single day. They're like, it is the staple in my skincare routine. I need to have a Dior product. Some of these products may include the Dior Water Essence or the Dior Targeted Treatment Serums, or even the Dior Dream Skin, of course, the bestseller. But I will be talking about the brand from an ingredient perspective and laying out if I actually think the brand is worth it or not. Now, before I get into my opinion, I want to talk about the type of clientele that Dior usually caters to and why, if you are part of that clientele, you'd probably like Dior Skincare. Dior, like many other luxury brand skincare retailers, definitely focuses on the luxury surrounding their product. Number one, the packaging is incredible. Like the serums or just any of the bottles, they're in these like very heavy glass, beautiful bottles, and when you use it, you do feel like you are using an element of luxury on your face. Like just the action of like unscrewing the serum and like using the dropper, it's very like, oh, fancy. Can't relate. In addition, luxury skincare really focuses on the feel of it. It always usually wants to have like a nice, very luxurious feeling to the cream or to the serum. So they'll be very hydrating. They have a really nice like silicone-y feel, very soft to the touch. It feels amazing on the skin. And lastly, the fragrance. Of course, the fragrance. Now, Dior is a big perfume house, of course. Perfume house of Dior. Is that even what it's called? Like I said, don't ask my broke ass. But when you use a Dior product, you're gonna smell it and be like, wow, this is definitely a fragrant skincare product. And that pretty much goes across the board for all the products that they have. I have not yet smelled one Dior product yet that isn't very fragranced. Now, there is a huge clientele of people that love that type of skincare. And I mean, if you love it, boo, you know, good for you. Go after it, keep using it, you know. You do you. But I will say that different clientele types have different preferences. And I'm gonna explain why, for me, Dior Skincare is not worth it. Now, of course, we have to talk about the price point of Dior. Now, I will say, when I was first introduced to the brand, I was a little shook. Ew, that's annoying. At the price point, your average Dior product will go from $100 to like over $1,000, depending on what you are buying and if it's from their Norma collection or their Premier collection. That started as a burp and turned into a yawn. Now, being that I have worked in luxury environments, I know that certain types of people will value certain types of aspects for their skincare. A lot of people will be like, I don't really care about the ingredients, I just want it to feel really nice and it to smell nice and for it to be like a very luxury experience. While other people are like, I could care less what it smells like, I want it to do as much work on possible on my skin. Everyone has a different approach when it comes to skincare, and I am not here to judge, okay? Not my place. But for people who are usually interested in Dior Skincare, they care less about the ingredients and more about the luxuriousness. Luxuriousness. Now I kind of want to talk about my approach when it comes to Dior Skincare. I have come to a point where I very much focus on the effectiveness of product, if it actually does what it says it's going to do, and how the ingredient list justifies that. I am someone who always looks to the ingredient list of my products and figures out if I am a fan of the ingredients or if I am not. And most of the time, I am not. Dior Skincare being included. I'm gonna be completely honest. When it comes to my skincare philosophy, I like to go towards products that are extremely effective, have clean, non-toxic ingredients, are free of any irritants, including like essential oils, different things like that, and have a justifiable price point to where, yes, you are paying for the quality of product, but you're not going like over the top ridiculous price point. Dior Skincare is a line that for me, I am personally not a fan of, and here's why. First off, I do have to say, although I love the packaging, it is pretty apparent, and especially from looking at the ingredient list, that the company invests more into packaging than it does the actual product itself. And coming from a business standpoint, I am familiar with the cost of different aspects of creating a product, and for cosmetics, a lot of time, if it's a luxury brand, the packaging will cost more than what's inside. Kind of boggles my mind. Now that brings me to my second point, ingredients. Now when I look at the description for Dior products, it highlights some of the most beneficial ingredients that the product includes and lists out what the benefits of the product will be. Now when I actually look at the ingredient list, I oftentimes for Dior products will find that there's either extremely high concentrations of silicones, which on their own are not bad, but when the product contains mostly silicones, it's not really a good thing either. Or a high concentration of alcohol or a very high concentration of fragrance. All of those things are really not good for your skin, and especially alcohol and fragrance, those can really damage your skin's barrier. In addition, when I look down the ingredient list, I'm like, okay, you know, silicones, fragrance, and then I'm like, wow, and then there's already preservatives right there. One of the preservatives being phenoxyethanol. If you haven't heard of this, do not worry, don't click off. I'm not gonna freak you out. I'm not getting super technical here. But phenoxyethanol is a preservative. Now, when it's listed as like one of the last ingredients in a product, there's really not anything to worry about because it's just at such a low concentration, it doesn't really matter. It's there for the product to keep its integrity. But what I was finding is that there was more phenoxyethanol in the Dior products than there was any of the ingredients that they say will help your skin. In addition to this, Dior, like many other skincare brands, has a few token ingredients that they focus most of their attention on. For example, La Mer, which I talk about in my La Mer Is It Worth It video, which you guys should go and watch. La Mer focuses on a special concoction of seaweed and sea minerals, but just like La Mer, there is very little evidence to actually cite the legitimacy of the ingredients and if they actually work. Like I talked about in my SK2 Is It Worth It video, which you guys also should watch. I talk about how their primary ingredient, Pitera, has only had one research study done on it, and it was done by L'Oreal, the group which owns SK2, which is a very biased review and not scientifically unbiased in a way that we can really see the effectiveness of the ingredient or not. Dior does the same thing for their products. They use these special ingredients that are unique to Dior, but we don't have any scientific evidence actually claiming whether or not these ingredients are legitimately doing what they claim to do. This doesn't mean that Dior is lying to you and that the ingredients don't actually work, but it also doesn't mean that these ingredients will actually do anything for your skin, especially considering when you look at the ingredients in the Dior products that they prioritize fillers and fragrance over the actual beneficial ingredients. I hope this is all making sense. So with all of that in mind, I have to say that I am personally not a fan of Dior skincare, and the reason why I'm not is because I look for products that are very clean with a high priority towards scientifically proven effective ingredients in their skincare formulations. When it comes to a lot of luxury brands, I'm personally not a fan of them just because they do tend to prioritize the feel and the smell. I personally prefer products that contain a very high concentration of beneficial ingredients rather than focusing on the luxuriousness of the silicones, the fragrance, or the preservatives. And frankly, I think that Dior could really step up their skincare game when it comes to the formulations of these products. Does that make sense? Am I offending anyone? Have I started any riots yet? Yeah? Okay, great. So I understand that a large customer base will be interested in the type of products that Dior is creating. However, for my Baroque ass, I am not going to be buying Dior anytime soon because of the formulation of their products and the price point, which just does not justify the formulation for me. For moi. If you do want to kind of see more of my insight into this whole philosophy, be sure to check out my luxury skincare Is It Worth It video because I go into a lot more detail about my philosophy when it comes towards what I prioritize in skincare. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm sure there will be a bunch of you who will type below saying, Hiram, I use this Dior product and I absolutely love it. I'm not discrediting that. I'm just sharing my own thoughts and I want to hear your guys' thoughts as well. So be sure to comment, Also, you guys should comment because you may be one of the daily video giveaway winners for my Skincare Junkie program. If you don't know what Skincare Junkie is, it's usually a program that costs $1 a month where I send you the best deals in skincare, but you may be one of the lucky winners that I choose in my video today. So make sure you comment below so I can choose you. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. I am so glad to have every single one of you on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.